Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to another Judgement Providence Trial guide for Risk of Rain Returns. This time we are playing as the Sniper. As usual, we're going to start with the hit list. The Sniper is kind of weird. He's pretty good at cleaning up the mobs for each of these rounds, but he also plays a little bit differently, and I'll describe how to play him. Basically, what we're doing is we're trying to loop up all the mods, backflip away, and then load up our secondary ability, which is that big, long snipe load up thing. We also want to be using our ultimate because it deals quite a lot of damage to whatever it's on. So, yeah, I have no idea. Maybe the Scepter's better than Hitless. I don't know what the Scepter does to the ultimate, because the ultimate's kind of... It's not weak, but it's just very particular, you know, very single target, obviously. So I would like to know what the Scepter does to upgrade your ultimate, but basically whenever there's a boss, you want to use your ultimate to scan it so that it will deal a ton of damage with your... I don't want to call it snipe because I think your normal attack is called snipe, which basically you don't ever really want to use except for when you have nothing else to do, or if you can kill something in one hit like these Lemurians here. But yeah, you'll just see me in this entire video basically just backflip away and then charge up my secondary and then let it loose right before I'm about to get hit, or just let it automatically fire when it fills up the bar. And that's pretty much what you're doing for the entire run, basically. It gets trickier later when there's just a hectic amount of stuff going on, and you'll see me doing tons of backflips and all sorts of stuff. But, yeah, here we're going to take the Hard Light Afterburner. This is where I'm wondering if the Scepter is actually better. I don't know. I don't know what the Scepter does. But the Hard Light Afterburner gives you 3 backflips total, which is really good. Gasoline. And also, yeah, the items that you choose are kind of weird for the Sniper because, for instance, here, like, Boxing Gloves doesn't really matter that much. We're going to stack Guardian's Hearts. Yeah, since we're focusing everything on like one ability, you know, the charge up snipe thing, you kind of just want to go for maximum damage, you know, a lot of the crowbars and stuff like that, so that we're dealing, you know, tons of damage with that one hit. So yeah, the build is kind of weird. I'll check back in for each item choice, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Just backflip away and load up your snipe and shoot all of the enemies. Okay, so here I believe I go for the backup magazine. This is basically so that we have 2 secondary, you know, charge up snipes instead of just 1. I go for crit. I have no idea how important crit is on the Sniper. I'm wondering if the Rusty Blade might be better. And I decided to go for rapid mitosis here, as well as the stopwatch as usual, just to use the stopwatch more often. Because, yeah, rapid mitosis seems to always be the way to go, unless you're just dealing tons of damage per hit with the golden gun or something. But yeah, we're just going to go through this stage now, kind of easily. And here, we're probably going to go for the Rusty Blade, just so that our big snipe does some extra bleed damage. But I don't really know. Maybe it's better to go the Adrenaline, or maybe it's better to go to the Soldier Syringe so you can fire your basic attack faster. I don't know. It's a lot of these items are kind of worthless for the sniper just because we're so focused on that one ability. So we'll grab the ukulele there, and then here I'm trying to wonder what would be best. I end up going for the Imp Overlord's Tentacle. I don't think this thing is that good, but like none of those items there are really all that good. Maybe the shield is the best, but yeah. Again, with the sniper, it's some items just don't really do all that much since he's got such a built-in damage system. So here I go for, I believe, more crit, just in case, you know, our big snipe ends up critting and deals a ton of damage. And then basically I take every crowbar, because I have no idea how strong the crowbar is, especially when stacking. But I imagine if we're dealing, you know, one big hit to healthy enemies, the crowbars are going to help you deal a ton of damage, right? Also take the Hopu Feather. I think we'll take a couple of Hopu Feathers just because having double and triple jumps are going to be better for the sniper to avoid damage and find that positioning so that we can load up enemies with our damage. And then here, I believe I take the repulsion armor just in case I take too much damage and I can get some invincibility, as well as the fire shield, which I've started taking over the spike strip. I don't know how good the fire shield is dealing damage back to enemies. But yeah, we grab a crowbar, we grab the Guardian's Hearts. It's good to get a bunch of Guardian's Hearts on the sniper so that you have that shield. And then as usual with this stage, I'm going to, I think I pause here because I'm feeding my cats or something, but I'm going to loop up all the enemies and then pause time and deal one massive hit to all of them, basically. All right, moving on. More crowbars. Jar of Wisps may be good, but you know, it's not going to be as good in the final round. Also going to grab the golden gun here for extra damage. And I'm trying to decide what to get here. I think, do I end up getting the sticky? Because the sticky, I mean, anything that's on hit is going to be terrible for the sniper because you're obviously not doing a lot of on hit stuff. But sometimes there's just nothing else to get. So we get the sticky bomb, we get the mortar tube, just in case we have that little extra chance of some extra damage. And then here we kill the cremator in one shot, and keep in mind that is with the scanner ultimate activated, so shows how powerful the scanner ultimate is. And then this stage isn't too bad, especially for the sniper, because you can snipe all the things on the top row. All right, next up, I believe I take the Bustling Fungus here just to guarantee we can get some heals in between the final stage of Providence. I don't think the other two items are really going to be that great. I also grab more Rapid Mitosis so we can use the stopwatch even more frequently. I grab a Missile here, as well as yet another Guardian's Heart to keep stacking that shield that will obviously regenerate. And then this was a little hairy, which is weird because in the past, in my other runs, I was able to do this much easier. So I think something happened. Yeah, I don't hit the boss on that second shot, which is very, very, very weird. So that kind of ruins this whole stage because you want to get rid of the boss ASAP because I'm going to have to start moving all over the place. So this stage is particularly tricky for the sniper because you got blocks everywhere that are blocking your shots. So this one is going to take some positioning for sure. And this is where the Hopu Feather comes in handy too. You can use the top right and the top left areas to sort of line up your shots. But yeah, this is probably going to be the toughest stage for most people, not including the final stage. And then here, I think I take another Hopu Feather to have a triple jump, because jumping lets you avoid tons of damage in Risk of Rain. I think I grab the Rusty Knife here just for that chance of bleed, which I have no idea if it even triggers once this entire playthrough. The Mortar Tube, and then I just grab this because I don't even know what these things do. They obviously leave like a fire trail, but there's just no point to grabbing the other items, so I figured, yeah, we'll just take a fire trail in case we can deal some extra damage. And then as usual, you got to really worry about this stage because these robots can deal tons and tons of damage to you. So you want to get rid of them as quickly as possible since nothing really spawns, you know, here. So I'm trying to like load up and get rid of this guy ASAP, but I think I get into a hairy situation here, or maybe not. And then, yeah, it's just waiting for the Imp Overlord to appear and then trying to use the scanner on him and blowing him up in one shot, although I think it takes me a bunch of shots to get rid of him in this run. And then we've got Providence. Hoo boy. So we're going to grab, I think, a Guardian's Heart here instead of the crit. And then here I grab, I think, the Ring to reduce my cooldowns because the Hyper Threader, I finally looked up what it does. And it adds like a laser, you know, after every hit or something. I'm going to grab Timekeeper's Secret as just a last chance sort of thing. And the Scarf as usual for a chance of evading damage. Now, this is really weird. If you're extremely good at the sniper, which I am not, you probably can do this in a lot more efficient way than I have done it here. because you deal tons and tons of damage to Providence with each shot. But you'll see I have some trouble, especially near the end, and I'm going to have to use my Hopu jumps and backflips in order to survive here, because I don't do it particularly well. But you can see if we scan him and if we shoot him, that's like, yeah, over half of his health bar is gone in one shot. So if I would change this, I would probably use the stopwatch earlier so that it comes back later and I can use it like more times. But yeah, I have a hard time lining up the shots here with the sniper on Providence just because there's so much stuff happening. So again, if you're practiced with the sniper, you'll probably have a much easier time than I did. But ultimately, it's just making sure that scanner is on Providence, which it will be because he's the toughest enemy. And then, yeah, lining up your shots. See, I could have also taken out both of these worms probably in one shot if I had lined this up better as well. So yeah, just I made this a lot tougher than it needed to be. I could have definitely used the stopwatch at a lot of areas here. But yeah, hope this guide helped. Thanks so much for watching. Please support the video and the channel if it did, and check out the Patreon. Link is in the description below. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.